working now? Okay. There we go. Hold up. There we are. Okay. Gotta love fussy computers. Computer has not been playing nice with the microphone part of my headset lately. I don't really know what happened. Just apparently decided that it was, you know, done with that operational stuff. I don't know. Alright, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it, man. I don't even need to do, like, any big thing. Just, like, here we are. I'm Enviroboy. We're writing. Same as always. I don't know. Fuck it. Ah, God, my head is, like, in all the wrong places today. I'm so stressed from my day job today already. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to pause for a minute. And we're going to do some writing, do some streaming before we get back to my just constantly growing to-do list. It has been absolutely insane the past couple days, and I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of how psycho everything has been at my day job. Especially considering sorry, I'm just checking a couple things here. Yeah, especially considering I'm just getting back from a vacation, or maybe because I'm just getting back from a vacation, everything has just been all over the place, and I am over it, man. I'll tell you what. Yeah, like the hard part is definitely the to-do list for my job. It's like I check one thing off and like 3 other things show up, and it's been driving me insane. And it's like, and it's all the kind of stuff where it's like, you know, then your boss is like, I need you to make this top priority. I need this to be top priority. It's like, I can't have, you know, you can't give me 15 things and tell me they're all top priority. Okay, one of them, like, that's what top is. Top priority. Only one thing can be like the top #1 priority. So which is it? Which one is it? And I will do that one first. And it's just, oh my gosh. Never ends, man. Never ends. Sorry, I'm adding lotion because my hands are super dry right now. There. And now I smell like beautiful day, according to Bath and Body Works. Be like that weird kid that just sits there and smells their hands in 3rd grade. Ah, boy. Okay, alright, here's what's gonna go down. I'm gonna finish this dungeon that we're working on, and we're gonna start the next one. That's what's gonna happen today. That's what is going to happen on the stream today. I really want to make this a good, productive writing stream. Mondays was fun, but not very productive. And I just caught a fruit fly because I'm a badass. Yeah, it wasn't super productive, and I want to get this done just because, unfortunately, I might have to go back on my promise from, you know, yesterday's stream that I will be streaming every day this week. Because with like 0 notice, just adding to the stress of everything with like no notice. You know, 24 hours notice. That's the best they could do for something like this. My office management from my apartment complex let us know that we will be without power for anywhere from 2 to 6 hours tomorrow. You know, a very narrow window to have to worry about. They didn't really give us any explanation. They didn't really give us any better prediction other than at 9 a.m. power cuts off. Might take 2 hours, might take 6 hours. And it's just like I'm sitting here like I'm working from home and everywhere is shut down, so I can't just like go to the library. And even though our office is available with everything that I would need to do my job, I'm actually not allowed to go to my office for more than 2 hours right now because of COVID, and even though I'm vaccinated. And it just, there's like 800 headaches all piling on top of each other. And so, but yeah, so what that means for the stream is I don't know if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I would like to. That's always my goal. I love it and I want to do it, but if I don't have power, I don't have internet, nor do I have a functional computer. You know, that's just it. I mean, I could try to do something Like, can you imagine how crappy the stream would be if I tried, like, a hotspot on my phone and then hooking my laptop, my crappy old, like, 6-year-old laptop, up through that and trying to stream that? Can you imagine? Ugh, that would not work. Would not work. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I'm going to try. As long as it's there, I would like to. I got to get back to Viscera cleanup like we started. The game is ridiculous. But I don't know what to expect tomorrow. I barely know what to expect at any given time. Which is like a speaking of which thing, let me check my schedule just to make sure I'm remembering this properly. I need to have a sharp cutoff time for today as well. I cannot, unfortunately, stream longer if things are going well and I'm having fun, because I do have a work meeting at 1 o'clock. One of the added stressors, the joy of a million things on my to-do list, half of which include meetings that it's debatable whether I need to be part of that meeting beyond just my boss saying that I need to be there. So, you know, but that takes up time because I got to sit there and be attentive and focused. Like, I can't be working on other things. They'll see me in the camera, you know. I have to sit there and be attentive and focused and working on stuff, which, you know, or paying attention to the meeting and not working on stuff. So I can't even, you know, like, you'd think it'd be easier, but they put on the cameras, and if they see your eyes not, like, staring into the camera the whole time, it's like, you know, they're like, are you paying attention? Are you playing games on your phone or your computer? It's like, fucking no, I'm trying to get my job done. You're just sitting here talking about a region that's not even my region. Like, I don't even have to worry about what's going on in this, that, or the other county, and, you know, and I got to sit here for an hour with that. Then they're going to come around to my turn. What's going on in your region? It's like, I don't know. I've been gone for a week, and I'm trying to catch up on my to-do list, but you keep scheduling these stupid meetings. I'm ranting. I'm venting. Whatever. It's not helping my stress levels to sit here and focus on it. So let's just actually do what I've been saying I'm going to do for the past 7 minutes now and actually start writing. Seems like it's probably the most straightforward way to de-stress is to stop focusing on all of the stressors in my life. You know, that'd be the logical conclusion. Whether it's the one I will actually come to, time will tell, apparently. But okay, so we were working on finishing up the old manor here. So let's open that. Let's open it. Just putting my like magic wizard powers on it. Okay, there we go. Alright, so just like expand that a little bit. We'll just bounce back and forth because we already mapped everything out. That's right, and we had our weird experiment room where there's just like dead bodies and shit. It's kind of thematic lately, isn't it? There's all these dead corpses in the dungeon that I'm making. Been playing Viscera cleanup for the game streams. Apparently I'm just hyper focused on mutilation. There's probably something extremely unhealthy going on there, but we're just gonna go ahead and let that one go. We're just not gonna worry about it today. So we need to work on room number 5. That's right, room number 5. That's gonna be the casting room, and then marker number 6. That was the dining hall, and that's where the Cyclops is. That's right. That's right. Okay, it was a fun little sort of trajectory to have taken, I suppose is kind of what I'm trying to say here. Alright, so if this is just going to be, this is the surgical suite, let's see, or an extension of the surgical room. This room is Ignatius' ritual casting room. Pentagrams and other magical invocations cover the floor and walls as evidence of the dark work Ignatius devotes his time to. Michael Caine. Okay, Ignatius devotes his time to. Failed experiments are piled in one corner of the room, while scorch marks and old blood stains cover the room. That's right, another just very barbaric room. And that's kind of what I'm trying to invoke, is this sense of just downright barbarism here. So I need to pull up Topps collection here. So let's, first off, just a couple like piles. Well, no, I don't want bloods. I want like splatter, so it's more like stains. Throw some splatters down there just like that. One big splatter like that. I think that's actually probably good. I don't want to oversaturate this with blood because this is more about the rituals. What I want to find is, it's not under furniture, objects maybe? Or was, occult? Ooh, occult might have what I'm looking for. That's not terrible. We could just like fill it with. I thought there were overlays, ground, overlays, mosaic, and circles. That I think that's what I'm thinking of right there. Yeah, if we just put a bunch of like ritual circles and shit in here, I think that'll make it look pretty neato mosquito here. Yeah, I think like if we do maybe a couple of those and like one. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty twisted. Could do. How do I want to do this? That's 4x4 and this is 2x2. Can I like stack them and have that look good if we do 4x2? Yeah, if we do that, that looks pretty sweet. Although if I stick with the 2x2s, that gives me more room to. I could put like the pentagram there. Grab one of these just up in the corner there. And some of these. And some of these. What else we got in here? These are all mosaics. I like the glowing, the more rich. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. The scorches, just like me. Oh, I love the scorches. Okay, that is just so excellent. Here's what we'll do. We'll do like, that's what I'm looking for. We'll do like a scorch mark there. And then put a bigger scorch mark like right there. And we're going to take these scorches and put them under the rituals so that way the ritual things are over. God, that's a messed up looking thing there. Oh, I love it though. I love it. Holy scorch mark, Batman. Okay. So we got some good scorch marks going there. I don't know that we need anything else really in there. Oh, that's right. There's failed experiments, which is just going to be bodies. Objects. Don't we have? Yeah, we had objects, corpses. I like the idea of like the bodies being like piled on the scorch marks there. Look at that. That's actually really good. That's perfect. It's like the silhouette of a corpse. I love it. Put like a dead goblin. If we put the dead goblin, yeah, if we just put the dead goblin and the dead lizardman right there. So those are like failed experiments. Ah, it's twisted. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, like, from a literary perspective, not a personal perspective. If I saw that in real life, I'd be upset. You know, to a degree. Depends on who's dead. I don't know. Okay, so... oh, oops, so wait, hold up. Yeah, we're going to call it enemies. I've been calling it monsters, but I don't want to stick with that. I want to call them enemies. Because not all enemy is a monster. Some are pretty human. Just saying. So not all of them are monsters. Some of them are human. But most of them are monsters, you know. Like gnomes. God, I really forced that joke because that was not smooth. Oh boy. Okay, I need to pull. I know what I need. I need Kobold Fight Club here. So let's go ahead and go kobold.club/fight. Is that what they end up calling it? Oh, come on, internet. Now's not the time to be slow. Now's not the time to be slow. Okay, there we go. So we're at 5 level 5s here. I need a random. Are we on the hard or the deadly? I mean, I'm always hard, but there's something different going on. God, low brow, low hanging fruit. I am ashamed of my humor today. Deadly. 4 level 3s? That would work. We could do 4 level 3s. I think that matches up with the enemy challenge. Nope. Just fill it with eder caps? God, that'd be fucked up. Not the worst, though, honestly. Hold on, let's just find some level 2s and see what happens. CR. Just make the minimum 2. There we go. Oh wait, hold on, that's not what I meant to do. Whatever. Dang it! Minimum CR2. There we go, there we go. Okay, so let's just see how many can we cram in to make it a deadly. 7. Takes 7 to make it. There. Yeah, so we'll just pile it with 7 eder caps. Why not? I can do what I want. I want to do 7x eder caps. Turn this down, it's a little loud in my ears here. There we go. Eder caps. CR2 with 450 XP a pop. So I want to do that. Okay, yeah, that's all we need. And then rewards. I don't know that there's going to be really anything worthwhile here. We're just going to say, okay, 7 times 450. Can I mental math that one? 450, that's 2,800 for the 400. 2,800, then 50 times 7 is 350. So 3,150. I think I did that right. 3,150. 3,150. Let me. I'm gonna double check it. I'm gonna double check my work and pat myself on the back if I got it right. 450 times 7. Ah, I'm a genius. I'm a freaking genius. Whoops. There we go. XP to split There we go. Yeah, as always, the experience is for the players to split, and I don't. Some methods or some approaches will have you do like some recalculating of how much experience different monsters are worth based on how many players versus how many monsters they're facing. All that kind of stuff, how many different types of monsters, and I just don't do that. I just take the baseline, which if anything just kind of would result in, most commonly if it throws the balance off, it makes it so that they're getting less experience than what, the rules as written would suggest. But I find that it's not so slow that players are upset by it. And the other thing about it too is there's so much stuff that happens in these games that it's really fine for it to be a little bit more grindy. As long as you're filling it up with some solid narrative to distract players from the fact that they've been at a certain level for how many sessions. I don't know that I've ever had players complain about slow leveling beyond just the typical ribbing and being excited about, they looked ahead to see what's going to happen at the next level and they're excited about it, right? So it, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't bother me to go a little slower on the XP. So yeah, so that's how much is there, and I always just put to split so that way if there are more or less, I balance things to 5 players per session always. So that's what this experience points, and that's what the combat difficulty was. What am I trying to say? Measured to. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh, man! I drank like a whole pot of coffee and I'm still yawning today, man. Gotta go to bed early tonight. I think my body is trying to remember how to be active after a week of vacation where I didn't do much else besides just some light hiking with some friends. That was all we really did as far as physical activity goes. Well, that's not true. I went for a run one day. So like going down from, 2 to 3 hours of exercise per day to 1 half-hour run and a couple hours of hiking over the week. Not a good way to maintain your I don't know, fitness benchmarks really. So I don't know, I fell off the horse less than I expected to after a week off, if I'm perfectly honest, but still getting back, diving headfirst into it, I didn't bother, with only a week off, I didn't bother to like baby step my way back in or anything. It was like, no, I know what my routine is. I've been off for a week, it's time to get back to work. And mostly I'm really glad for that. It always feels good to get back on the horse, but also I'm sleepy. And I should, maybe that's what I can do tomorrow when the power's off. I can just sleep, just take a freaking nap. What the hell else am I gonna do? What else is there to do? There's nothing I can do. There's nothing, like with the power off, it's one thing if like the internet cuts out, because then it's like, oh well, you just play, the internet's off, just play a single player game or something like that. But when the power's off, like there's nothing you can do. Our lives these days are so dependent on power. You know, like, and I don't think, here's what I'm going to do. I know I'm getting distracted. I'm doing exactly what I said I shouldn't do. And I'm letting myself focus on my sources of stress. But sometimes venting is valuable. Besides, there's no one here in the comments complaining at me about it, so we're just going to do it. I don't even think the weather's nice. There's not even really anything. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be cold and cloudy. There's not even anything. It's not even going to be a good day to be outside, so it's not like I could sit outside on my porch and read or something like that. Like, that's my option. It's my option. Our battery-powered devices, right? I can read any of the library books that I have on my tablet right now. Speaking of which, that was one thing I was going to do. I was going to make sure that it's fully charged, because we are sitting at not fully charged right now. So we're going to plug this bad boy in super quick. Here, come on. Stare at my forehead. Stare at my ugly forehead. So yeah, that's like my options. I can read. I can work on my knitting projects that I'm working on. And that's it. Like, there's nothing else. Because without Wi-Fi, it's like, you know, I've got my laptop, sure, but like, I can't, you know, without Wi-Fi. It's like, what can I do? I can pre-download. Like, I'm gonna pre-download a movie or something, so I can have some background noise. But it's like, I can't watch any TV. I can't stream anything. The internet's off. If the power's off, the internet's off. So it's like, what on earth do you do? You know, and it's like, one thing if they're like, okay, well, we're gonna cut the power off for like an hour. There's like up to 6 hours, man. Like, I just hope the food in my fridge doesn't spoil. I can't, you know, that's the thing. You gotta even be careful getting a snack or getting something to drink, because if you let the fridge stay open, it'll warm up. It'll, like, all of that cool air will escape. So I thank you for setting up my device. It's been set up, you dopey computer. But yeah, it's like, you know, you can't, you know, I'll maybe try and download a copy of a movie so that I can, you know, watch it on my laptop. But it's like, you know, laptops, they don't even come with DVD drives. So even if I still have my DVD collection, that doesn't help me. You know, I can't watch movies on my laptop now because everything is streaming, everything is digital. So I've got to have like a downloaded version, and it's got to actually be a downloaded. You can't even just use like a streaming service or something, you know, because the internet's down. And it's like, again, it's like, man, for 6 hours, I can't open my fridge. You know, like, they're cutting off the power to the whole building. So depending on, I don't know if our building runs on natural gas or electric. I would think it's natural gas, but if it's electric heating, we won't even have hot water. Like, oh my gosh, it's just the most inconvenient thing. And if it were normal times, no big deal. I'm at the office when it's going to shut down. I wouldn't even notice. But I'm working from home now, and like I say, I'm not even allowed to go back to the office right now. So it's like, I got nothing, man. I got nothing. Oh boy, it's crazy. It's crazy town banana pants, and I'm not a fan of it. I am not a fan. You know, a minor inconvenience, all things considered. It really is a first world problem. I'm super aware of that, but oy vey, oy vey. All right, let's see here. Anyway, we need to just put on, just for the sake of experiment, we need to see what I can do as far as turning a level 6 into a deadly combat. I'm trying to figure out, like, the reason is just to figure out, oh god, try to stifle a yawn, it's not working. The reason is to try and figure out how many cronies I can give this butthole. Got the wretched harpies and ettercaps. So I'm thinking actually we'll just give him only wretched and harpies. Like, the wretched are like his little dogs that are sitting there, and the harpies, because they've got like hands and opposable thumbs, they're the ones that he's like forcing to serve him a meal or something. I think that'll work. I think that'll be good. So we want the 1/4, and we want the 1. Was it level 1? Yeah, we skipped the half. Yeah, there it is. Just double check that, make sure. 1/4, 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Lord. Okay, so how many of each of these can we get away with? Oops, shoot. Give me the 1/4. quarter. So if we do 1 harpy, we can do a whole lot of the wretcheds. But I don't want him to have like a whole host of dogs. Oops. Yeah, so if we do 2 harpies and then just 1 of the things like as a dog, like it's like a pet or something, that'll work. That'll work. So, okay, 2 harpies, 1 wretched, and 1 Ignatius. So we want to do enemies. Let's see here. 1x the wretched, which are CR 1/4. What kind of XP do those little dinguses have? 50 XP a pop. So that'll be 50 XP. 2 harpies. CR1. They're 200 XP a pop. 200 XP. And then 1x Ignatius. And then so CR6, what are his stats again? 2300 XP and CR6. CR6 and 2300 XP. Boom. Here we go. Okay. Rewards. Ignatius key ring. So this is not something I've been planning for, so I might have to go through and make a few edits to this dungeon in general. Could kind of be an interesting thing too that plays a role in all of the rest of it, like the whole island. Because I just was, you know, literally just now thinking about the rewards. I thought, oh, key ring. You know, he's got the keys. And the key rings, or the keys on it, will open every door in the manor. So maybe a lot of the doors are locked. If we make the doors locked, we could do that. And then I'm thinking, because there's a couple different areas. Well, one area that he has had enemies shackled up, in the mines there, he'll shackle up some of his enemies. His victims is probably a better phrase for it. So maybe the key will also unlock those shackles. So if the players go out of order and grab that, they could then use that to go back, and that could be a fun tie-in. I like that. I like that. Oops, nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. And to unlock all doors and prisons in the manor can be used to unlock all shackles on the island. Yeah, like he's the only source of all this stuff. So I think that would be excellent. I think that would be really excellent. And because he is the overlord of the whole area, he's the boss of the whole region. I kind of want to make it so that it's like every boss has a chance. I might go through and edit some things, because I don't know if I've ever... I feel like I've talked about it, but just kind of in passing. I have a system... no, you know what? I know I've talked about it in some of the past VODs, but fuck if I know how long ago that was. But I have... I wanted to find the Cyclops. Nope, Cyclops. I have a system where rather than giving players magical weapons or magical items, instead I give them the means to enchant items on their own, and that uses all of... In fact, I have discussed this because we started doing it where we were figuring out how every single spell in the rules as written spell book would offer... This is not what I wanted to do. Go back there. And the spell book would offer you know, like how it would work as an enchantment, because I have the system that I use where it's the enchantment tokens, and they what am I trying to say? You can use them and imbue them on any item, right? And it's like, and we've got a crafting system in my games where it's like it's a project that players can work on over time, and it takes a long time, but so that way it's like they earn it and they can customize their items. So that way it's like going to shops isn't all about like hoping that they can find like, oh, a new +1 sword or something like that. I always feel like it's so impersonal when it's just like, yeah, you find a sword that's better than yours, especially because a lot of I don't know if it's the way I lead groups. I don't know if it's you know, if I'm just lucky and I've found players that are like this, but a lot of my players like to incorporate their characters' weapons and armor into their backstory and into who their character is, right? So I like the idea of them being able to enhance their own weapons as opposed to just, you know, just ditching out, you know, the sword handed down for generations in my family with our family crest engraved on the pommel. You know, it's like, it's so lame for them to have this thing that they've incorporated into the backstory and say, you know, fuck it, I found something better, and they just kind of toss it over the shoulder and ditch it. And so I don't know if I've been doing it, but I kind of want to make it so that there's a chance to get a token for every boss that they beat. I don't want it to be guaranteed because I don't want to saturate the players with these items. I want there to be a chance, like a 10% chance, that they'll get this really powerful, really awesome item. And so I'm going to add that as a reward. Let's see here. Chance of enchantment token. So... And I kind of want to do it so like just like as a baseline rule, just something that's like super exciting. So it's like the players can maybe try and like compete for who gets the killing blow on a boss too, because it's like whoever gets the killing blow, they roll it and they're the ones who get the token, and then obviously they can give it to the player. It's not like it'll be the token itself doesn't get attuned to a player. The token is just used to modify a weapon, and then that weapon will naturally sort of have to be, you know, have to have some attunement to it. But I kind of just want to have it be like, I feel like a 1 in 100 chance, like a 1% chance is a little low. So I kind of want to have them just roll a d20, and on a 20, the enchantment token spawns. I feel like a 1 in 20 chance. I don't know. I don't know if that's too infrequent or not. I'm gonna do that. 1d20 on 20 token spawns. All right. You know, and it's like, and it's definitely a very gamey, very meta mechanic. But I think, as much as D&D is about story immersion, it's not intended, at least in most groups, it's not intended to be a hardcore realism sim, which is evidenced by the fact that there are things like cyclopses and magic. You know, but like I guess what I'm saying is, not everything needs to have internal logic. It's okay for this to be a game. Which is why, you know, I, as a DM, don't crack down on players doing table talk, at least to a certain degree, while in a session. It's like, you know, if they're sitting there, if I feel like, you know, one player is dominating the strategy of a combat, then no. But it's like, you know, that's, if they're like, oh, wait, you gotta watch out because if you move, you'll get, you know, attack of opportunity. It's like, yeah, obviously they're reminding each other of the rules and stuff like that. Like, that kind of table talk is okay, because the fact is, it is a game, and so that's why I like this thing too. It's a game mechanic for sure, but but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. As long as it's a fun game mechanic, who gives a shit? But now I gotta decide what token is going to be spawned by killing a Cyclops. So he doesn't really have poor depth perception. Cyclops has disadvantage on any attack roll against a target more than 30 feet away. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. So here's the hard part about it. Cyclops isn't inherently a magical enemy, because a lot of times what I'll do for most bosses will have some form of magical trait about them. But that's not really the case with a Cyclops. Excuse me. So I gotta just sort of decide what would make sense, and I feel like it's just gonna be some sort of really combat focused modifier spell, like Bane or something like that. That it's like so it's like when you imbue it on a weapon, the weapon will naturally, have this effect when you make contact with an enemy or something like that, just to sort of invoke the sense of extreme combat focus that is a Cyclops. Just opening up another D&D Beyond tab so that way I don't have to constantly go back and forth between two by remembering what page I was on and how many times to go back or go forward. So we want game rules, spells. So I think evocation is where I'm more likely to find what I'm thinking of here. The other thing to think about is the level of the spell here. Show advanced. So spell level, here we go. So it's like the way I always do it is cantrips, like level 1 and 2 cantrip, 3 and 4 first level, 5 and 6 second, right? Because that brings it up to 19 and 20 would be a 9th level spell. Because if you count cantrip as as a spell level, then there are 10 spell levels with 20 levels. It just makes sense. Just makes sense to. Oh my God, Macrium Reflect! Stop it! I'm not updating you. I'm not going through any updates with this computer, because once my new computer finally shows up, which hopefully will be within about a week or so, we are giving this one a factory reboot so that my buddy can have it and have a fresh computer. So stop trying to tell me all this crap. Anywho, 2nd level spells. So we'll filter it. So we only have 2nd level spells. There we go. Yeah, so something like this. Branding Smite. Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attacks before the spell ends, the weapon gleams with astral radiance as you strike. The attack deals an extra 2d6 radiant damage to the target, which becomes visible if it is invisible, and the target sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible until the spell ends. So something like that would be a good one. Melf's Acid Arrow, Prayer of Healing, Scorching Ray, Shatter, Burning Wind, Spiritual Weapon, that spawns a weapon. Yeah, it creates a floating weapon. That's not what we're looking for. I think Branding Smite is a good one. I think that's going to be our best option here. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm going to go here. What was it? Spawns token of Branding Smite. I like the idea. It's just an idea that I just have, and I might, go back on what I said about not giving players magical weapons, and just sometimes if I come up with a specific idea for a magical item that doesn't interfere with the concept of modifying and enhancing your own personal weapon or your own personal gear, I will give them an item, such as it's not my original idea, it's an idea that floats around. I'm not even 100% sure. Was it It might have been Adventure Zone that first came up with it. I don't remember. But the item is the Ring of the Grammarian, where it's like you change one letter of a spell that's cast to change the effect of it. And I think that's just absolutely brilliant and hilarious. So it's like an item like that I might provide. And so what I've immediately thought of is our gloves of branding Smite. And what it is like a ritual circle for the spell has been like, it's like leather gloves, and it's like, you know, there's just like a little spell circle on the back of the hand, so that like you can cast it once a day, and invoking it is backhanding an enemy, and it leaves the brand on the side of their face. Oh my god, I immediately love that item. The gloves of branding Smite, and you're required to backhand the enemy. Like, just like, it's such an insulting way to attack an enemy, isn't it? To give them to just like backhand them. Oh my gosh, it's just such a rude approach, but I really like it. Okay, so but if I'm gonna do branding Smite, branding Smite, this was an evocation. Yeah, so we're gonna do evocation and a new one. Did I? Yeah, I had. School of Magic template. That's. Hold on. Is this what I'm looking for? No. Okay. So what I want to do here, I'm going to just copy and clear all the contents that I've done, just so that way I have an easier time. I don't have to sit here fussing around with. Okay, so I don't have to sit here and fuss around with trying to format everything. We're going to make that a sub-page there. Spell imbibement. So what we're going to do is, because... Come on now. Quickly. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to copy that. And then we want to do heading 1. Or wait, no. Just want to copy that. And then we're going to call that level 1. Oops. Actually, you know what? Well, that, paste it there, perfect. Okay, that'll do. I think the spacing's a little off, but I'm just gonna accept it and live with it, which is a hard thing for me to do when the formatting is off. Hold on, no, you know what? Fuck it. I can change this if I want to. I can do whatever I want. This is my document. We're gonna change there. Sheesh. Why was I gonna take the lazy route on that? What a stupid thing to waste, you know, a lazy token on. Okay, so level 2, so I wanna do branding Smite. Gloves of branding Smite. God damn, I think that's hilarious. I'm gonna be thinking about that one all day long, and it's just gonna, like, at random times just give me a random chuckle. It's gonna be great. That's a way to lift my spirits on a stressful day. Alright, so I'm just copying this for the sake of having a template. Everything, if there's one, let me be offensive in nature. Yes, offensive in nature. Branding Smite, you just flip them off. Like you see like almost like Iron Man, like hologram style, but it's like it's like a magical branding that like emanates up from the tip of the finger, and then like just like goes out and smacks him and like brands him. That would be hilarious. Oh my gosh, I love this idea. Okay. It's offensive in nature. So let's see here. So it causes, what was the literature of it again? It causes radiant damage. Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, the weapon gleams with astral radiance as you strike. The attack deals an extra 2d6 radiant damage to the target, which becomes visible if it is invisible. And The target sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible until the spell ends. Yeah. So. Oops. Once per day on a hit, target takes 2d6 radiant damage and glows with radiant light. Did it say how long that radiant light? Did it say how long that lasts? Until the spell ends. So if it's imbued, I think I'm just gonna give it a certain number of rounds. Here's what we'll do for 1d4 rounds. That's what we'll do. 1d4 rounds. So on the hit, the player who casts it will roll a d4, and that's how many rounds it'll last. Glowing target cannot become invisible and becomes visible if already invisible. There we go. And then is this one, does this have anything to let it be cast at higher levels? At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a slot of 3rd level or higher, extra damage increases by 1d6 for each slot. Oh, excuse me. I almost don't even want to bother giving these things. Like, it's a 2nd level one, and that's what it is when it's imbued. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Well, what was I doing beforehand? I don't really remember the consistency. How was I doing that? I was doing that for, like, based on player level. Because imbuing, the game mechanics, like, it changes based on the level, like whatever level. Okay, let me restart what I was trying to say there. When you're going through the crafting process, the amount of time and resources it takes to succeed and finish the enchantment increases based on the spell level. And so what I'm thinking is, it would be, if I want to make that available, what I should do is tie it to what level they invoke while imbuing the item with the spell. So it's like, that depends on how long it takes, right? So if they're willing to, with that 2nd level, take the time it takes to cast it at 9th level, then they can. It's not the worst idea. And so it's up to them. Because the one thing that I worry about too is, if I don't allow that, then as far as an enchantment goes, Branding Smite will always be level 2. Which I think, if a player wants to increase it, they should be able to, because it's got the abilities to. You know, and if I make it so they can increase it, that will balance out the factor. Excuse me, to a degree. It'll balance out the factor that it also means that they will only find it in level 5 or level 6 dungeons. Right? So there's a very limited chance that they'll ever find it, even. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it, and I might have to go through and edit some of these, Because if I want to do it at the spell level, right? Yeah, because like these ones where I've got level 3, 6, and 9. Where am I? So yeah, I'm going to do baseline. Let's see here. Baseline level is 2. Spell level 2. Oops, 20. Can be increased. Additional 1d6 for each spell level above 2. We'll just say it like that. Yeah, and that'll also, because the thing is, one of the things that I worry about being able to imbue it directly at that level, you know, or like invoking the level directly when you imbue it, is oh, excuse me, is having a bunch of like level 4 characters imbuing things with level, you know, with an enchantment that's going to end up being a spell cast at level 9. You know, spell level 9. That's you know, that's pretty overpowered. But the thing is, let me what I've been using for these guys. Where did I save it? No, maybe it's in here. Common crafting system. That's what I was using. Using common crafting system. It's not my own thing. I'm just pulling it up to the side here so I can look. Yeah, so exactly. So okay, so crafting points, players have to have the specialties to do it. This goes for enchanting. So a non-magical character, or rather a non-magical player, will have to have a magical player or a magical NPC do the crafting for them. And the CP, so the CP, or the crafting points, basically once per day during downtime, whoever's doing the enchanting can roll a d20, adding on whatever their proficiencies are for what they're doing, right? As long as they're capable of doing it, whatever their proficiencies are. And so they roll that d20, and that's how many points they get there towards it. So it's like cantrips aren't going to take that much time. You can potentially enchant a single cantrip, or enchant something with a cantrip in a single evening. But then, as you, or wait, no, you guys can't see it because I have it on the wrong screen. So as you can see it over here, let me zoom that in a bit. So as you can see right there, you know, yeah, and they have to do it every single, you know, they have to do it within 3 days, otherwise it doesn't work. And at level 9, 765. So assuming they roll a perfect 20 every single time they do it, it will take essentially, let's see here, 765 divided by 20. It will take them over a month, assuming they do it every day and roll a perfect 20. So it's like a level 9 will take, you know, potentially years. Potentially years. Unlikely to be much more than a year, just considering how laws of averages work on, you know, dice rolls and stuff, but could potentially take years for players to imbue with a level 9. So I think that's where the balance is, because it's like, even if they have their level 2 character start that, if they stick with it, by the time they're done with that enchantment, you know, it'll have taken ages for them, and they'll have leveled up quite a few times, so that it will be a much more reasonable thing. And the thing is too, because of the fact that they can't just work on it and then like 3 weeks later pick it up, you know, they have to sacrifice a lot of other potential crafting things, because that's in competition with anyone who wants to craft. I've had them, you know, working on crafting armor, having them repairing armor, having them, you know, I've already got players doing that, crafting different potions and poisons and stuff like that, you know. So it's like some of these things, they all take hours to do, you know, they take a lot of time to do. So it's a sacrifice, and it's like, hell, man, if they're willing to do that, then if they're willing to sacrifice, then heck, you know, if they want to do a level 9 and they get it, you know, level 9s which are intended to spawn for players level 19 and 20, if they want to work on it and then have a level 9 spell weapon at level 11, then fuck, with all the sacrifices, the money spent to make sure they have all the components, you know, then if they want to do that, then you know what, they earned it, they can do that. It's their prerogative. So that's how I'm going to leave that. So I am going to do that. And that'll just be for, you know, spells that allow it. I'm not going to make up rules to heighten the level based on the spell, you know. That's kind of them's the breaks. So on clothing, so we're going to do, so I really want to do the I really want to do it has to be on, well, you can put it on there, but it's like when you hit the enemy with it, they take it, so that way they have to like do like a backhand, or like put it on their shoes, so that you have to kick the person, and if you kick them, like, that's actually a funny idea too. The boots of branding Smite, and you put the brand like right on the toe of the boot, and then you just go for like the crotch kick or something like that, just like, well, bam, straight up the center. Brand the cock and balls with it. God, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. So I think, so usually I try to have it be defensive in nature, so that it will automatically happen the first time you're hit during the day or something like that. Because the other thing is, I don't want to necessarily have it always be on the first time the player gets hit, but I don't know, I feel like that's kind of one of the balancers for having a lot of enchanted items and stuff, is making it so that it's not always the most convenient thing. But I typically, I don't know, I guess I kind of leave that one up to the players, actually. Like, does it automatically trigger when something happens, or can you control it? And maybe that's actually kind of part of where the sentience / curse kind of comes in too. So it's like, you know, they can invoke it, but with like defensive, it's hard. What precedent have I set here? I might want to go through and edit these. I feel like, you know what I'm going to do really quickly? We're going to let myself get distracted. I want to put that in mechanics. And we're going to just start a new list of mechanics. No, this is going to be promote subpage. This is going to be enchantment, enchanting, and enchanted item rules, because we're doing this. So let's see here, enchanting process. So it's just helpful to make it these list of rules, and I haven't taken the time to do that, so we're just going to do this really quickly, and I'll pretty it up, make it better later. Must be done by someone who can cast spells. When calculating CP crafting points. We're going to do the technical approach to things. Calculating crafting points. Here's what we're going to do. ... Enchanter rolls 1d, it's 1d20. Add. So I want to add proficiency and spell casting modifier, which is going to be based off of what type of magic user they are. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So it's like the more proficient they are, the more points they can add to the whole process. Enchanted items. I kind of want to make it so that the enchanted items will just sort of like automatically use it. I gotta think about what's going to be the more balanced approach. Because actually, if it's once per day, and if it's a magical item, the players would naturally enchanted items. Let's see here. Unless otherwise stated, player must attune to the item. I think that's going to be the way to balance it, because it's like, how would you, like if it's not going to be automatic, if the player can invoke it intentionally or withhold it, how do you set it up so that a non-magical, like a barbarian or something, can invoke it without having magical abilities? And I think the way to do it is to make them attune. So because they're attuned to it, that item, then they have they can will it, like that item will magically, it's a magical item, will magically understand what their intent is, so they can choose whether it invokes it. So it's like, the players can choose it. And I think how I want to do it, let's see here. So baseline is baseline enchantment be used. Well, but see, that's the thing, though. I don't know that I necessarily want it to be a baseline of always just once per day, now that I'm thinking about it. So if we go to magic, if we look at some of these, like some of these are going to be like, so create bonfire. Obviously, that's more of a once per day thing. You don't make it so that every time you hit them with it, or every time you hit something with it, with your weapon, suddenly a bonfire appears. Right? You don't want to do that. That'd be crazy. So I think the baseline is it should be once per day. Excuse me. Because it's like some of these things would be kind of cool to have them just be like baseline things that the weapon does. So it's like, produce flame. If you have a sword to produce flame, it would be pretty cool if just like every time it slashed it produced fire. But that seems like it would be kind of overpowered. So I think once per day is going to be the approach. And it could be like once per day, +1 for additional spells. So it's like if you do it, oh no, because it's already going to be so much more powerful. So yeah, it's just the baseline is once per day. So, oops, that's not what oh my goodness, where am I? That's the one I need. That's the purple one I need. We want to go to be used once per day. may be modified. So it's like, yeah, it could be different, but it's like maybe have to explicitly specify that the enchantment is different. But that way, yeah, they just get it once per day, and so it's like they have to maybe think about using them wisely. So I think if we're going to do that, then we go back to magic here. That's going to be, yeah, so it's like once per day. So on clothing, once per day, when player is hit, they can how do I want to do this? Still love the idea of the gloves of branding Smite. So you just slap them, just whoosh. That'd be a good one too. Just like on the palm, so you just like walk up to like a monster and just whack, just like smack him in the face. Not even like a backhand, right? You just smack him upside the face. Just a nice slap. Choose to brand their opponent, causing 2d6 radiant damage. Damage? Wow, damage. I'm not really even sure what happened there. I think I got like off center or something like that. That was weird. Whoa, that's really weird. What is going on? Am I having a stroke here? Sheesh. Did I like zone out really hard there? That was weird. Causing 2d6 radiant damage. And the attacker glows with radiant. Damn it, I had it right the first time. Radiant light for 1d4 rounds. Cannot become invisible and becomes visible if already invisible. And so that would be kind of a cool, like a strategic item to have to help avoid, you know, ambushes and stuff. If someone puts that on, as soon as they get hit, you know, they can sort of as a reaction have the armor cast that to, like, you know, make the enemy glow or something like that if they're ambushed. So it's like if you get hit by an arrow and you responsively cast it, then, you know, whoever shot you with that arrow suddenly becomes visible. So that's a pretty strategic item right there. So again, gosh dang it, why does it do that? There we go. Baseline. And spell level is 2. Can be increased. Why do we not have music right now? Music freeze? Why are we frozen? There we go. I don't know why the music froze. That was weird. Just noticed it was like uncomfortably silent in my ears. So let's see here. Can be increased. Additional 1d6 damage. Damage. Spell level above. Although I like the idea of it just like increasing the rounds of visibility. Nah, we'll do that. Just because the visibility doesn't the spell, let me look at the literature of the spell. It doesn't. Yeah, sheds dim light. Yeah, so because the nature of that light does not give anyone an advantage on it, then we'll stick with the increased damage, because I think it would be an interesting defensive thing if it's just like at higher levels it has more of that defensive effect of making them glow. Because like if it were you know, and you just add around, you know, 1d4 plus 1 for each level above second or something like that, so that way you could just increase the number of levels that it's like visible and gives your teammates advantage on attacking it. That would be a really cool way to do it. And I could even just kind of do that, but I feel like because there are spells that intentionally do that kind of stuff, I don't want to do too much modifying, because I'm trying to, with all of these, I'm trying to just invoke the sense of the spell as written is kind of what my goal is there. So we're just going to do that. So sentience and curse. So sentience, personality traits. So yeah, that's right. I don't think I wrote out any sort of rules about how it would. Yep, so yeah, I want to let's see here. I don't want it to be a super common thing that they become sentient or cursed. I want that to be a pretty uncommon thing. So I'm thinking in this situation it'll be roll 1d100 on a 1 item is cursed, on a 100 item is sentient. If cursed or sentient, roll. How do I want to do it that way? I feel like, because it's I'm basically making good or evil. And did I add the chaotic and let me see here. Where was? What am I looking for? What am I trying to find? I'm trying to go to, this is what I'm trying to find. Good, evil, lawful, and chaotic. Yeah. But that's only for sentience. Yeah, so for sentience, that's what we do. So let's go in here. Oops. Oh, shoot. Go back up here. If sentient, so there are 8. So yeah, so if sentient, roll 1d8. Results are as follows. Oops, no. Let's see here. So it's going to be 1 equals chaotic evil, which is like the worst one. No, 1 does not. God damn it! It's fucking. Sometimes Windows like auto-complete things are just the most annoying. So I kind of want 8 to be lawful good. So if we do chaotic evil, and then if we do lawful evil. Wait, no, 2 is going to be neutral. Neutral evil. And then 3 will be lawful evil. You know, we might have to do a D10. We're gonna do 1 D10. Have I tried waffle evil? I have not, and that sounds like possibly one of the worst things possible to try. I prefer my waffles to be heavenly, personally. It's just me, though. I'm not gonna step on your choices. If you want waffle evil, you do it. That's on you. So then Yeah, and we'll just say like on a, ooh, here, yeah, we'll do on, I don't know, one of the numbers. We'll have it on a 10. I feel like 10 should be, no, 10 is just reroll. Evil until they have breakfast, neutral good afterward. That's just human existence, man. It's just, you just described being hangry. I don't know, I feel like you don't need anything magical about that one. I feel like that's just how most people are. Let's see here. 4 will be chaotic neutral. 5 will be a true neutral, which actually I think sounds hilarious for an enchanted item. To have a sentient item have the personality of true neutral. The item is just so bored with being born. Like, it is just so immeasurably bored. Like, it just does not care that it exists. It is completely disinterested in existing. I think that'd be really funny. So then we have to have lawful neutral. 7 is, hold on, I gotta follow my thing. So that'd be chaotic good. 8 would be neutral good. And then 9 would be lawful good. Personality of Chris Tucker from Rush Hour. I mean, I could see that. I could see that. Let's see. And then 10. Here's what we'll do for 10. 10 is super exciting. So if you roll a 100 and get a sentient item, and then you roll a 10, 2 in a row, then player chooses personality of item. I like that. So it's like if they get 2, because that's a 1 in 1,000 chance. A 1 in 1,000 chance that they get both of them. If they get that 1 in 1,000, then they can choose exactly what personality their item has. And there we go. Oops. Of item. And then the other rule here, so if I'm going to be making our sentience and curse rules here, if we're making this up for players enchanting things, the other thing that I want to do is if an item is already sentient or cursed, it cannot be changed. So it's like if they're adding enchantments to an already enchanted item, then they don't roll again to see if it happens. That's just, you know, that's just gonna be what it is. It's already done. It's there and done for. So there we go. Okay, so that's just the rules. Man, I am digressing hardcore here from what I was originally working on. I was originally designing a dungeon, and now I'm making magical rules. But it's because I was working on the here we go. Yep, we're coming back here. So the enchantment token for branding Smite, which will be dropped by the boss, which will possibly, not definitely, but will possibly be dropped by the boss of this dungeon. That's how we got there. Sentience and curse. Let me just make sure I'm remembering all the parts. Yeah, so sentience personality traits and then curse personality traits. So, let's see here. Gosh dang it. Formatting. Okay. Sentience personality traits. So we do good. So good Smite. If it, I feel like there was a tendency that I was doing. Very eager to attack evil creatures. Flame automatically tailored itself to the situation. Yep. Okay. So if we're ranking good, will so good and branding Smite on the thing, will leave a holy symbol behind on enemy, and then if it's evil will leave a dick on will leave a food, word, or symbol on enemy. That's just the personality of the weapon. If it's lawful, if it's lawful, will only will only brand enemies at the players, we'll say at the user's intent. And then if it's chaotic, may decide to cast and brand enemy even when player doesn't wish it. Boom, there we go. So God forbid you have a chaotic evil hammer of branding smite and you hit an enemy with it, and it just, like, even when you don't want to, it just leaves like a brand on the guy's forehead that says unity. No, that just says like some like awful, like just says like cuck or something on it. That'd be hilarious. That'd be absolutely hilarious. Okay, and then curse. So if it's cursed, player cannot unequip the item. We'll say unless by specific magical means. We'll just leave that open-ended. We'll just leave that nice and open-ended for players to have to figure out. And then the other thing is, so if it's a cursed weapon, I feel like a cursed weapon for this would be, will also leave a brand on the user. So it's like if someone is going through and using the hammer, every time they intentionally leave, anytime it leaves a brand, like every time they choose to leave a brand on an enemy, it will also brand the player, so that eventually they'll like be tagged and player for the user as well as the target. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So it's like some players may dig that. Some players may like lean into it heavily, or some characters, I should say, like lean into that real heavy. And others might not. So okay, so we've got this figured out. Now we can step back. I feel like Hal in the one Malcolm in the Middle episode where it's like he needs to change a light bulb. So it's like he goes to find a new light bulb and finds one of the shelves is like unbalanced. So then he goes out to find like a screw in the garage that will fix it. But then he finds he's out of screws, so then he's going to go to the store so that he can buy new screws to fix the shelf, and then the car won't work. So then Lois comes out and is like screaming at him, just like, well, I told you to change that light bulb. He's like, what does it look like I'm doing? I feel like that's where I'm at here, considering we started off over here, simply spawns token of branding smite. Digressions. But there we go, we've got it figured out. So that's if the players kill the boss and it leaves behind the token of branding smite. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's really good. Okay, so we got that one. So now we gotta go off to marker number 7. I gotta come up with a puzzle. Oh boy, I'm not prepared for this. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta fill the room here. It's gonna be a dining area. We're going to. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We're in items. I just need to come up here. Gotta go to furniture, tables and bar tables. I just want to like. I kind of want to just. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Come over here. Do 2 long tables. I feel like it'll be best to just like. Oh wait, whoops, hold on. Hold on. I need to really quickly first. I can place these down again without much issue. What I need to quickly do here is just clean all of this stuff up, which is also in room 5 here. Yes, we group all that together as room 5. There we go. Okay, okay, just had to make sure things were nice and clean and clear. Yeah, I like the idea of just like a big long bench type of table. So we're gonna come here, and yeah, and I think I don't want to like have this be too limited in terms of space. This is meant to be a boss battle, so I want there to be a fair amount of space for players to sort of have to play with here. So I think doing that gives them some room. I mean, they could certainly jump up on tables if they wanted to. But then I'm just going to add furniture, chairs and thrones, etc. Yeah, is there a good throne? Sofa's not quite. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's too big though. That's much bigger than, well, actually, no, now that I think about it, I kind of like that. We'll put him right there. He's got a nice big ass throne that he's sitting in. Extra big ass throne. So that's where, yeah, so that's where Ignatius will be sitting. He'll just have his own throne there, and I like the fact that this throne just looks all kinds of like janky and not all that fancy. I think that fits for a Cyclops. Yeah, so we'll do that, and it's like the harpies are flying back and forth between here and the kitchen. You got like a wretched kind of roaming around. Players walk in, and it's like, oh, combat's on. So that's good, and that's all we need. We really don't need anything else for our dining room. So we'll shift, grab all of that, as well as room 6 here. Group that all together so that way it's all organized by room. Okay. Now on to room 7, which is tables and bar tables. So, no, I don't want that. Yeah, tables and bar tables. So, room 7 here is supposed to be like a kitchen area. So, I want to, do they have like objects, cages? Cauldrons would be good. Eggs, nests, objects, statues. Or do they just have an objects here? Just like random garbage that doesn't really have anywhere else to go. Okay, so we're going to fillets, rune, sewers, siege tools, stairs, trapdoors, tabletop books, magic, tabletop food and drink. Oh, tabletop food and drink. Hold up. We're just gonna put some food in front of him. There we go. Just put some food in front of Ignatius. That's what we're doing there. Look at that beautiful, like it's like a beautiful cherry cobbler or something, or strawberry cobbler going on. They got like beautiful pumpkin pies. This is like real pictures of real food. That's odd, but okay. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna go back to, what was it? It was objects. Oh, objects kitchen. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. So we can just do like, have like just some old school style, like an oven of some sort, cooking pot. We'll just do like an old school big ass oven here. Actually, why is that so huge? Why do they make them so big? I think that looks more to the point, so we'll rotate this. We'll just put like that right there. Objects, hold up. No, we don't want objects. I want an object. I like that they have objects. Kitchen, wait, where was it? Cauldrons. Put a cauldron like right there, just an extra big ass cauldron. Hold up, how big is that one? I like that one better, hold on. I like that cauldron better, so we'll do a cauldron right there. And then I wanted to find furniture. We wanted to get some tables going here. Oh, furniture, tables and bar tables. Here we go. Kind of don't mind the idea of just like using the bar table for the sake of like quote unquote counter space. Just like put that right there. If I just do that and then maybe do some like, rotate that around again. Go and like just do a couple tables, you know, that are like working space tables or something like that. I wish they had bar tables that weren't the L shape. just like a countertop. But I don't dislike that though. I think that's okay how it is right there. And then, hold on, we're just going to go back to Objects Kitchen. Oops, nope, not Objects Kitchen. Because there were a couple, they had wall mounts? Yeah, wall hanging. So we can put just like a shelf. Put like a shelf right there. Put a knife. Put a knife right there. Oh, we need to put the knife above so that you can actually see it. And then wall hanging again. Oh wait, here we go. No, other way. There it is. Yeah, we'll put the wall hanging up there. There we go. That kind of fills it up nicely. That's a nice kitchen. So what the hell kind of puzzle is going to be in here? What's even there to achieve for the puzzle here? This is usually where, so like I do puzzle because it's like, you know, that also substitutes for like a trap or something. What on earth? What would be a good trap? Okay, hold on. I gotta pull up my. I'm gonna do my fancy method here. I'm gonna pull out. So my method. Anyone watching who is not aware of what my method is for coming up with a challenge or anything, I have a deck of cards here that I have written down on a certain number of them. I'll hold up a couple of them here so you can kind of see. Yeah, here we go. So you can see on there I have written on these deck of cards all of the different skills that players would have at their disposal. Basically what I do is I just pick 3 at random, and those 3 are the like hot button solutions, and I create a puzzle around those where it's like it incorporates those 3 things, you know, like a trap or a puzzle or something like that, where it's, and the idea is meant to be any player who uses those just of their own volition will have an easier time solving it than anyone else. So it's not like it's impossible to do it unless you get exactly those things, because it gets a little convoluted and a little frustrating for players. But if it's just like they do that, it's an easy save rather than a difficult one, then great. So let's go ahead and pick out 3. We draw 3 of them and we just go from creative exercise. First one, religion. We have religion. And then second one we have acrobatics. And then our last one, animal handling. Somehow there's got to be some sort of weird ass trap in here that can be solved either by praying, jumping, or training an animal. So this is the kitchen, which has kind of been turned into a butchery, is kind of the description that I gave this area. So I'm wondering if... Man, this is a stumper. How would I do animal handling? Sheesh, man. I feel like this is going to be less of a puzzle or a trap, and more so just they walk into a weird-ass scenario where it's like they can either solve it to obtain something, or they can just like back away and leave the room behind because there's some sort of chaotic nonsense happening here. Maybe it's like there's some sort of ritual going on. And like they, you know, with some of the servants in the ritual, like as soon as they open the door, because like they're trying to like, no, that's not quite right. That's not that. I don't like that aesthetic. That's not what I want to achieve with this. I might even redraw on this one. Honestly, this is a tough one. Maybe there's just like 3 potential things, and any of them can be solved there, to result in, you know, players just getting, even if it's just like story beats or something like that. So it's like religion, you know, like it's a butcher's room. So like, okay, here we go. I'm hatching something. It's gonna be like really twisted and dark, but just kind of fits the theme. Kitchen of the mansion has been effectively converted into a butchering room. Creatures, both humanoid and beastly in nature, hang from chains and hooks in various states of dismemberment. Though the ovens remain functional, they don't appear to have been used for a very long time. So, you know, like, because the Cyclops, he's a twisted, messed up individual. He doesn't cook his food. He basically just captures creatures or people, chops them up, and eats them. And so I'm thinking we can fit in here, like, it'd be really dark, but it's like maybe there are a couple victims in there that they can calm and help through religion and animal handling, and then maybe acrobatics is just about, I don't know what the hell acrobatics would be about. Freaking maybe there's just like busted up boards or something. I don't know. Hold on. We'll get there. We'll get there. When players enter, they'll find 2 chained up dogs that are panicking. Animal handling. What are the D? So that'd be easy. So it'd be an 11. Animal handling DC 11 can calm the animals. They'll find. That's what I want to do for this. That 2 chained up dogs that are. Oh, let's see here. We'll. Oh, it can be really twisted. This is gonna be really twisted. A parrot is flying around with a hook through its tail. Through its. We'll say a parrot that is flying around. Bad evil with it. A parrot that is flying around. With its legs chained to a pole, and then we'll say for this one, acrobatics DC 11 can catch it. I'm aware, Macroom Reflect, you remind me of this constantly, incessantly. And then the last one, the one that's really twisted, human whose arm has been cut off that is near dead due to blood loss. Yeah, and like that's when they walk in to find Ignatius. Is there only one entrance? Yeah, there's only one entrance to the dining hall right there, or to the kitchen right there. They would encounter Ignatius first. So yeah, so what Ignatius was eating was probably going to be part of this human. Let's see here, a religion check. Actually, we'll just fit the form here. Religion DC 11 can calm the individual. Here's what we'll do. Can calm the individual to make medicine a DC 12 instead of a DC 14 to rescue. We'll do it that way. We'll give some hope. We'll give some hope to him, because it's really fucked up, and I'm a little disappointed in myself for having come up with that. It's so gross. So the twist. What will the twist be? So that's what marker 7 is. It's really fucked up, and I'm kind of depressed now that I thought about it. We're just gonna go ahead and add that there, and we'll group those up. Okay, now I gotta be watching my time here. I've got like 8 minutes before I really need to go, because I have another meeting. I have a work meeting That's in about 20 minutes. Let me make sure I'm remembering that properly. Look at my schedule for today. Yes. Yes, I have a schedule at local time 1 o'clock. So, okay, so room number 8 is the twist. I almost want to like have it be like, you know, one of the children of the island has been living there secretly and has successfully avoided Ignatius' attention just because he stays silently in that room that Ignatius doesn't use. Because Ignatius uses the kitchen, so here uses the spiritual room, his storage room. Yeah, and maybe he's like even barricaded a little bit. The kid had the locked, and Ignatius just doesn't think about it because he's a stupid Cyclops. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. That would be kind of a fun twist. So it's just supposed to be a sitting room, so let's just go ahead and quickly furniture. I don't want to do benches. I want to do chairs and thrones, and I want to put in just like lots of sofas. It's like an old sofa there. Grab another one. Rotate it there. You know, this is just, except that just terrible feng shui going on there. Put it right there. And then alright. I just don't want it to bother. Okay, we'll just do that. It doesn't matter. It's just a kid that's living in there. He's moved the furniture around or something. I don't know. Fuck. Whatever. No one cares. So if we'll just do those and then maybe just throw down a rug. Objects. Do we have like carpets and rugs or something like that? Carpets and pelts, yeah. So just have like a dusty carpet. Let's see. There's my reminder for my meeting. So we'll just like throw down a dusty rug or something like that. And it's just like a very barren room. And maybe there's like a concealed trap door that the kid has put right there or something like that so they can come in and out. Let's see here. However, there is an unexpected inhabitant within the room. A small child has managed to live in the mansion, this room, without Ignatius realizing it. There is a manufactured hidden, well, let's see, there is a hidden hatch on the south wall that the child made and uses for coming and going. He has been secretly stealing, we'll say stealing hunted creatures to cook outside for food. The child doesn't realize that there are other surviving servants in the woods. Yeah, the child has forgotten his name as his sanity has we'll say struggled after tens of years as a secret captive, avoiding the wrath of Ignatius. We'll do that. Boom. There we go. Ignatius. Boom. I like that. I like that a lot. And you know, and we're not even going to do anything else there. It's just up to the players to try and figure out what they're going to do about this child that's surprise, surprise living there. I like that a lot. Okay. And we already figured out what was in marker 9. So we just need to add. So we're going to. Oh, this is just a storage area. So I want to do. No, nothing there. Cult, nothing. Nope. Pillars, ruins, sewers, siege tools, stairs, trapdoors, table, craft trade, table books. Table books and magic. Yeah, we'll just like throw. Oops, wait, hold up. First, I need to. These, and that's all in room 8. Group all that together as room 8. Okay, so now in room 9, I'm just going to throw like a random book or two down like that. Just using it as a storeroom. And then actually what I want to do here, I want to go to furniture, cabinets, desks, and shelves. That's what we want here. And so even though there's a door there, that's what I'm going to do. Even though there's a door, I'm going to put a shelf right in front of it. Like, and that's part of why he just isn't even aware. Because he's just got all of these shelves filled with stuff everywhere. You know, filling this room. So another shelf. Another shelf, like, bumped up into there against that. Yeah, so it's just like, it's a storeroom full of shelves. Maybe we'll put like a little. No, that's too big. And we'll put like, yeah, maybe a. Oops. No, 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 no. Let's grab that and move it. How am I doing on time here? Yeah, I can finish this dungeon. We can finish this dungeon. I'm gonna finish this dungeon. It's very close. It's very close. Just trying to fill it with crap there. Okay, so we're gonna fill that up there. Grab all of that. This is in room 9, so we're gonna control grab room 9. Group it all together. Actually, wait, hold on. I want to ungroup those just because I want to do one thing really quickly. I need to go up here to. No, gosh dang it. Marks numeric. We just need to put down another number 9 here. 0 degrees right there. Just put that over there so that way we can still see it. Now we'll shift go to room 9. Group that all together. Perfect, just like that. Okay, and then room 10 is easy. Room 10 is easy and quick. That's their barricaded room. It's the room that's just got all kinds of cleaning stuff. So we're going to go back here. We got to go back to our tops collection. Campfires, bolts, blood boats, ships, bridges, campfire, carts, wagons, caves, cemetery, crates, barrels, baskets. Yeah, we'll put a couple. Put like some. Oh, wait, here we go. Put some barrels tucked in there. Do like another set of barrels going along there. Put just like a crate or two right there, and then hold on. I just want to go to the where was it? Objects. Objects is where I think I found. I'm thinking of here. Yeah, objects. Objects. Yeah, because there's like a broom, so we can just like toss a random broom and shit down there. I don't know, we'll give it a random anvil. Why not? An anvil in the corner. There we go. It's just a storage room that they can barricade and hide in. And that's all that it needs to be. So then we'll go shift up there, grab that, grab room 10, group it all together. Boom! It's done. It's done. Frickin' did it. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that was my goal for the week, was to finish that and start the next one. So that is finished. That is a sweet dungeon. Looks very busy, which is meant to be. It's a household. I like it. I like it a lot. I really like that. So I'm going to save it now. Yes, save. Yep, we can replace that. And then now we want to export to PDF. Wait, oh wait, no, I don't want to export to PDF. I want to make a JPEG of it. That's how I prefer to do it. Yeah. That's good. So we'll just create a JPEG there. Let it finish it. Once that's done, we'll rename it. and then we'll be done, and then I will record time sign off, so that way I can record time sign back on to my other work meeting that I need to be a part of. So while that's happening, I'm really cutting it down to the wire here, but I don't know, I'm big on using every minute that I have in a day as well. That's what I do. And there are a lot of reasons for that. Some of them more interesting, exciting than others, some of them more happy than others, but the point is I'm someone who tries to keep my day busy, and one of the positive outcomes of that is that I'm constantly setting new goals and pretty regularly achieving them. I try to baby step my goals, but that's like what we did today. Baby step goal was to finish that dungeon. I did. So that way I can do writing streams again on Friday, hopefully. We can start something new, and that'll be fun. But yeah, I can start my sign-off while I'm waiting for this stuff to go through its rigmarole here. So yeah, we're done for today. I gotta log off pretty quick here. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be streaming. I would like to. I'm going to try to, but it really depends on what is going on with all of the power outages that they're going to be causing for my apartment complex. I don't know exactly how long those are going to last. Let's see, the Old Manor player final. Save that. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to expect tomorrow as far as having internet, having access to my computer. They just didn't really give us a whole lot of information other than, hey, power's shutting down, be ready for that. I'm honestly hoping that I don't have any reason to go in and out of my fridge during that time, so that way I don't risk, my food spoiling if it's in a gradually warming fridge all day long. I don't know what to expect. So if that finishes quickly enough in conjunction with the time that I'll have available to me for tomorrow, I think, do I have my schedule for tomorrow planned out? Because I've got some, again, the other source of stress that I've been going through all day is just the constant frickin' work crap that I've got going on lately. So if the power is back on, I'm hoping mid-afternoon my time. I can't tell you when that time is going to be for your time. We'll just have to figure it out, I guess. I'm Eastern Standard Time, if that helps. Mid-afternoon, probably around 3:30. As long as things are running, I will be gaming and playing more Viscera cleanup detail. That's the plan, anyway. We'll see what happens. It all depends on everything. But definitely Friday we'll be back writing, and there's also a good chance that I will stream some gaming a little bit on Saturday evening. So that's what we got to look forward to. I got 5 minutes to prepare for my next meeting. I've got a work meeting that I got to be part of. Got to review a couple things super quick before that starts up. So I need to sign off. So anyone who is here, thank you for watching. Anyone watching the VODs, thank you. I appreciate it. You can find the VODs for a certain amount of time on Twitch. You can also find them on my YouTube channel. So please check those out if you just are curious about the stuff that I'm creating, the world that I'm building. I talk a lot about my techniques about it. So if you've got any questions about that, please, by all means, do that. Other than that, thanks for stopping by. My call to anyone watching any of these always is just go out, try and be good. One of the other frustrations I'm always dealing with, and this is a day-to-day basis, is just how not good to each other people are these days. So I call upon anyone who's listening to go out and be the exception to that. Be good to other people. It doesn't matter to what degree. It doesn't matter who they are. Just be good to each other. Be nice. Spread goodness. Just go do that. One person at a time. Try and make the world a little bit better, because everything's fucked up in the world right now. But thanks for joining. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you next time.